Trinity Innovations instructional video on a flow divider model DD-Two. When you receive your flow divider, it will come with the divider itself, which consists of 2 throttle valves, needle valves at your discharge point, and 3 gauges, 2 for discharge and 1 for pump pressure. It'll also come with a mounting bracket here, which can be used preferably on the wall with a mounting hardware kit, screws and so on for installation. It also comes with an instructional sheet that's laminated, and we suggest that you mount that anywhere near the flow divider, preferably on the directly behind it. To install a flow divider, it's best if you mount it on the wall, nice operating height, and near the pump. For a hookup, basically all you need is a line coming from the discharge of your pump to your suction point on your flow divider, and then discharge lines from each individual needle valve to your discharge point. Typically it'd be to the flow T and possibly to the flow line, where you have different pressures and require different volumes. The divider will split the flow from your positive pressure pump by use of these 2 throttle valves. Now the throttle valves are adjusted here by removing your hex nut and using a straight blade screwdriver. We'll do a setup shortly, but we'll just go through some of the components. So basically, again, what you have is the divider block here, throttle valves, and if we can, I'll just lift this up. Basically, it's done like so. You got your inlet, port number 1, and you've got your 2 discharges, 2 and 3, and your throttle valves, 3 and 2 here. This is basically what the throttle valve looks like. Consists of a ball and a seat with spring pressure on it. So as you turn your adjustment in, it puts pressure on the spring, therefore causing pressure on the ball and the seat, causing a restriction against your pump flow. The way the flow divider works is causing differential pressure between the inlet point and your discharge points. So like I say, we'll do a complete setup in the field so you can see how to do that. Once you've got your unit mounted, make sure that you bleed off all of your lines. And make sure that you also install a check valve right at your injection point. Best case is to block 1 throttle or 1 needle valve at a time. So you have this one open, start up your pump, and purge out the whole throttle body plus the line to the injection point. Reverse your action, do the same thing on the opposite side. And then you can start with your setup. So we'll just go through it again. We've got needle valves on discharge, throttle valves which cause the pressure differential, and we have 3 gauges. This is a discharge gauge for this side, discharge for that side, and this is the pump gauge. Now we'll head out into the field and do a complete setup.